We do what psychologists call catastrophize. They make the problem bigger than themselves. You are tilting into venting right now by focusing on a problem. You zapped yourself, zoomed in the problem, attached self, punished yourself. Now, let's zoom out and search for how to work through the problem. How do you screw up a thought? How do you continually ruin a mindset? Well, if you haven't studied this with me before, this will be a helpful reminder. Okay, what do? We zoom into the problem. We zoom into a problem. So what does this mean? When we're going through life and we interpret it as negative, we zoom in on it. We just zoom right into the problem and we go, oh, this is terrible. This is gonna be disastrous. We do what psychologists call catastrophize. We make this thing ruinous to our whole life. What is a problem you zoom in on way too much? Like, people zoom in on it and they make it a big thing. A lot of people who have self-esteem issues, they zoom in onto their body composition and they're always looking in the mirror and judging self so harshly, right? It's zooming in. Oh, I got this love handle, or and I hate my face, and I don't like my nose. And they're like, it can be a beautiful person and they don't like their nose, but when they look in the mirror, all they see is the nose. Does that make sense? They're always zooming in on the problem. They do this at work. It's always, oh, she's the roadblock, or this system doesn't work. And all they do is zoom, obsess, and complain about the problem. And they make the problem bigger than the opportunities. They make the problem bigger than themselves. They make the problem bigger than all the other tools, all the other systems, all the other opportunities. It is just a zooming in and a freezing. And so I want you to notice, your mindset is driven by focus. Are you focusing on the problem only, or are you focusing on finding a solution framework, right? Am I focused on just one problem, or even a systematic problem? Am I focused on that more so than a solve or a solution system? My focus is going to determine my positivity, my negativity. My focus is going to determine my aim, my affect, my achievements, and my sense of agency. So your attention and your focus to problems or solutions is so basic, but a lot of people forget that during the day. I work with a lot of people. As they talk to me, I'll pause them as their coach. And most of the people I work with now are literally billionaires, one-on-one. I work with 4 one-on-one billionaires right now, and in different industries, all incredibly capable people. You'd be shocked how many times I stop them in a coaching session to go, let's pause for a moment. I want to let you know you are tilting into venting right now by focusing on a problem. Our job is to work things through and to get a sense of progress here. So let's shift our orientation. Let's shift our focus right now. And let's move into what other opportunities, what other tools, what other resources, what other people. Let's brainstorm through the problem versus talk more about the problem. Does that make sense? Okay, have we acknowledged the problem? Yes. Now, let's zoom out and search for how to work through the problem. We don't need to take 7 more microscopes into the problem you already know exists and has existed. Does that make sense? I always tell people, like, hey, if you want to zoom in on a problem, go for it. I'll give you a day, maybe a week, if it's a severe problem. But at some point, acknowledge the problem and go, got it. That was a problem. Don't like it. Is not supportive of me. I'm going to move through it now. But why don't people do that? Because they attach identity. This is me hitting that other framework from another angle. You zoom in on something, right? Information comes in, you zoom in on it. You interpret it as negative, as a problem. Then you attach identity. You see these coming together? Okay, now I've attached my identity. Oh, this problem is attached to me. I'm going to take this problem personally. I'm going to take this problem personally. But one of the great agreements in life, if you read the 4 agreements, is don't take things so personally. The more you take things personally, the more unjust life feels. Now, if life is unjust and unfair, what's the point of trying? As soon as what's the point of trying because it's unfair to me, then guess what? My agency goes down. As my agency goes down, every element of my mood, of my mindset, of the way I move through the world, of my positive outcomes, it goes down. As soon as I say, everything's unfair, it's unfair to me, I stop action. It's really important. You need to be careful about applying a problem to self, right? I don't take pretty much anything personally. The other day I'm listening to a podcast, and a guy who I know mentions one of my book titles. And it sounds like he's saying something negative about one of my book titles. And then I listened to it again, and my first interpretation was, well, I think he's saying something negative. And then I moved into identity, and I thought, is this about me? Is this about me? And I thought, I can't know that. Why would I take this personally? He might have said the wrong book. He might have never read the book. If he wants to reach out to me, he can. I don't even know if he knows that's my book. And I start thinking through it, I'm like, why would I take this personally? All I have is evidence of someone said a title that's one of mine. I didn't take it personally at all. At all. Like my mindset didn't go there. And I think that is a mental conditioning you have to have. You have to stop taking everything personally. Everything your spouse does in the house, when they leave the laundry around, it's not about you. I'm sorry. When, the kids do something out with their friends, it's not about you, mom, dad. When, the governor of your state or the leader of your country does something, sorry, not about you. And they're not even thinking about you. They're probably not even aware about you. Why are you internalizing it as about you? The more you think it's about you, remember, the more likely it is you go, it's unjust, unfair, against me. If everything's against me, why try? Because you start thinking the world has negative intent. If the world has negative intent, unsafe, I'm not going out the front door. Mentally, a lot of people won't go out the front door because they think everything is unsafe. Why? Because they learn to make everything about themselves. And now, once you realize that, wow, that's so much that person's experience and worldview, it's not about me. And if you can get back in it, it's not about you, I think it can really change your life. But if you keep attaching yourself to every problem in the world, everything becomes unjust, unfair, unsafe, and you don't move in the world no more. And so what do? In that reality, you punish yourself. You punish yourself. What does that mean? That means you either shame or stop. That's what that means. Punishing yourself. It means you speak ill of yourself, you shame yourself, or like I'm so bad, I'm terrible, I suck, I'm never deserving this, and you just negative self-talk. And you diminish yourself. You darken yourself. Or if you don't do that, you just procrastinate. You just don't move forward. You just stop good habits that you know to do. Why? Because you're so focused on the problem. Why even try? Everything's against you. Why even try? The why even try mindset is why a lot of people procrastinate. It's not laziness. They develop the mindset of why even try. How do they develop why even try? They zoom in on the problem so many times. They think it's about them. They assume negative intent about the world. They go, why even try? So why even try? They don't realize procrastination more often comes from why even try? And what if this negative thing comes out? Or what if this negative thing happens? And what if it makes me, identity, look diminished or darkened, shamed? Why try? And they don't realize that that's where that's coming from so often. And, everyone else will try to, biohack them or give them, simple morning routine, and yet they don't change their procrastination. Well, the procrastination is coming from a bigger mindset, isn't it? Not just a momentary morning routine. It's a mindset issue. Procrastination is a mindset issue, not a time management issue. It's a mindset issue. And often that mindset came from this over and over and over. They kept zapping themselves out of progress. Progress started. How many times have you started a project? You started, things were going good. You were even getting progress. You even felt good some days. And then what did you do? You zapped yourself, zoomed in the problem, attached self, punished yourself. See how important this is? These things are all developing your mindset. Hey, my friends, it's Brendon Burchard, and I'm excited to welcome you to the brand new Growth Day. We are happy to roll out 3 brand new features that will help you on your personal development journey. First, our brand new growth streaks and rewards. Every day you come into Growth Day, and we will give you that daily inspirational life strategies so you can listen to an audio, but then create your journal, your checklists, and your habit tracking to truly experience an extraordinary quality of life. We will also roll out to you the world's best AI life coach. This AI life coach has been trained on almost 20 million words of my deep dive training in high performance, motivation, and psychology. And third, all access pass to the world's greatest personal development teachers, coaches, and trainers. These are the world's best, highest paid keynote speakers, coaches, and teachers who can really take your life to a deeper level, because we have over 400 classes, over 40 deep dive courses, and those are available to you right now, all in Growth Day. Lasting change begins with a daily personal growth practice, and that is why you should be using Growth Day. I can't wait for you to use it and to level up your life and become more. Go get your growth streak and Growth Day right now.